and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are not going to start at the beginning because this is not the beginning of the video. This is not the beginning of my adventure today. Let me explain. I came out this morning about 9 a.m. and the goal was to get a game plan together for today's video and for the hives. Basically, all I had planned on doing today was doing a cursory check for the queens and removing the hive heaters. And if you remember, last week or the week before when we did the emergency splits, we split the blue hive. Well, after splitting the blue hive, we moved the queen and 4 of the frames over to the green hive, which we now placed on the front row where the resource hive was. And I thought everything was good. And then about 2 days ago, the blue hive swarmed. Now this is after we had done the split, after we had moved the queen, she swarmed. But just like she did before, remember the blue hive is the boomerang hive. It flew into the pear tree and then flew back. Well, they did it again. They flew out, they landed in the top of the pear tree for a minute, then they flew back and they stuck to the front of the blue hive. So after they had done that, I went over, looked around, and I found the queen. I put her in a clip, and then I took one of my plastic nuke boxes and I set it down, put the queen on the clip and set it in front of the hive, and some of the bees went in there. I brushed a bunch more of them in there, and then I set that nuke box with the bees back on my back benches, and I'll show you the back benches. You haven't seen them yet, but I built some back benches. Anyways, I went into the shop, I built a couple of landing boards because I had everything else for the hive. I just needed a landing board, and I had already received a couple of lids, so I painted one of them navy and one of them wine colored because I'm on a wine thing right now. I'm making a lot of wine, so I figured, what the heck, wine. Anyways, so I figured I would take the bees from the swarm, from the blue nuke, and put them in the navy hive, and I did that. I took those bees that swarmed out of the blue hive, I caught them in the green nuke box, put them on the back bench, built out the navy hive that's sitting on the back bench, and took the bees from the green box, which came from the blue hive, and put them in the navy box, and that's where they're living. And that was 2 days ago. Now let's get back to this morning. When I came out here this morning, I heard the blue hive swarming again. And I looked over, and bees were a fire drill. They were pouring out. I'm thinking, what's going on? So I thought, okay, maybe I can get over there and I can choke off the hive and stop the bees from coming out and stop the swarm. So I went over there, ran up to the house, grabbed my cameras, kind of did a little intro, said, hey, this is what's going on, and hurriedly moved some cameras over there and started filming. And the moral of the story is that I found a small queen on the ground in front of the blue hive. What are you girls doing? Why? Why? Oh, there's a queen right there. Son of a gun. There's a queen. There's a queen right on the ground. So I picked her up in a clip and I set her on top of a green nuke box with some frames in it. We will set that queen right down in there and see if they find her. And I tried to put some bees on top of it, and a couple of them were there, and one of them was feeding her, so I knew that she was their queen. She is very small, but she's a queen, and it looks like she had been mated once already, maybe. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take her, put her in the green nuke box, put her back on the back bench, and then I'm going to go through the hive and see what's going on. So we did that. We went through the hive, we looked, and we found a really big queen in there. There she is. There's the queen right there. We have her. And she is traversing the hive. So we have a queen. They were kicking that other queen out. Okay, I am going to eliminate all other queen cells in this hive. And we found some more queen cells, some big ones. And the big queen cells that look really good, I cut them off and I set them on top of another hive and subsequently I put them back into the nuke box where the bees, the small swarm, the cluster that I got from off of the front of the blue hive and the bottom board of the blue hive, I shook them in. They're back there on the back bench with the swarm cells. Well, they're not really swarm cells. They're fully drawn queen cells. They're ready to pop. But I've got them back there with those bees, and I'm going to be moving them into the little blue nuke. So let me tell you about the little blue nuke. The little blue nuke, if you remember, the little blue nuke had Juno in there. There's Juno. Okay, we have her. She's right there. Now I took Juno out of the little blue nuke and I put Juno into the wine hive. And I'll show you the wine hive in a moment. But Juno has a new home there, so the little blue nuke is free. So I'm going to take the bees that swarmed from the blue hive today and put them in the little blue nuke, which is right next to the navy hive, which also came from a swarm from the blue hive. And that's where we are. That was 6 hours ago, and now I'm ready to make the move the bees from the nuke into the nuke, from the cardboard nuke into the wooden nuke. And while we're here, I'm also going to check on the queen that we put in the pine side of the resource hive, because I received a comment that said when I did the walk-away split that I should have left those queen cells in that hive and let that queen do what she's going to do with them, because chances are she had stabbed those queen cells and killed those queens, which means they're not going to hatch, which means I may have brought a bunch of bees down here without a queen. And if that's the case, I'm going to take one of the queen cells that I took out of the blue hive, which may have also been stabbed because that was a very large queen running around in there. Excuse me, speed racers behind me. Sounds like a nice bike, actually. Anyways, I will take one or both of the queen cells from the blue hive and put them in the pine side of the hive if I can't find a queen in there. So let's take a look at what we've got, and then we'll get started. And this is bench number 2. Now, this navy hive, which is subsequently behind this tree, this navy hive, this is a swarm from the blue hive. This green nuke on top of the little blue nuke is today's swarm from the blue hive. And then the resource hive with the pine queen that I'm hoping is in there is right there. So let me get my smoker over here. We'll get the camera set up to look at the pine side of the resource hive first, and then after we look at that, we're going to be moving some bees around. And I hope this all works out. All right, I have my gloves on standby because I may need them. Let's just say the bees were not happy today after I dismantled all of these hives to take the heaters off. I've had bees swarming me all day long, trying to sting me in the head. All right. So now I did feed these girls and they drank their entire jar of food. And again, all I want to see in here is a queen. That's all I want to see, and I will go ahead and remove this for now, just so that we can see. Hi, girls. Well, let's take this out for now. Show me your queen, and I will leave. See those? I want to see hatched open queen cells. Okay, there's a queen cup on the bottom. Nothing in it, so we will go ahead and destroy that. There's another one. Destroy that. 2 more queen cells down there with nothing in them. This makes me think that I brought them over here without a queen. If she's not here, I'm going to give you some more queen cells. Okay, there's 2 more queen cells that have been chewed out. I don't have a queen in here. So what we are going to do is we're going to take the queen cell cells out of here and give them to these girls. There's a queen cell that I got out of the blue hive this morning, and it appears to be fine. The girls were taking care of it. So let's just kind of put that in here, right in the middle. Kind of pinch it in a little bit. Let them see that they have a queen cell in there. And I guess I'll take the other one as well, just in case that one's no good. Because this too is a very nice queen cell, provided it has not been stabbed. So we will leave that in there. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and close this up. All right. Okay, so the goal now is to move these girls into the box below. Okay, girls. It's pollen patty. There's our new queen. She's right there, but she does not have very many bees in here. So that's her. Put her right in the middle. Boy, there are not a lot of bees left in here. They've all gone home. You girls get in this hive because your queen needs you. She needs you. There aren't many of you left. Okay, girls. This is your new hive. And I'll get you some food as soon as I can. Alright, well there you go. The end of a long day, a long adventure for me. I want to apologize in advance for the bad camera work. It was kind of hodgepodge today. Things mixed around. Hopefully editing Bug Farmer can get this taken care of and try to put it together in a concise package so that you can understand what happened today. But in short, the blue hive swarmed this morning and threw off all of my plans. I planned on removing the hive heaters and showing you the expansion of the bee yard, and instead I've been dealing with the swarm and moving bees around and realizing that I don't have queens in some colonies and small queens with very little brood in other colonies. And tomorrow I will check on these bees again. I will give them a week, and then next weekend, if something isn't happening with pine resource or the blue resource hive, I may smash them together. We'll find out then. I mean, we're at least going to find out what happened to those other two queen cells, because I know that the queen cells that were in there were stabbed by the other queen, as that user said in the comments. And now I know. I should have known, but now I know. And in the future, when I remove queen cells from a hive because there's a new queen in there, I'll just ditch the queen cells. I don't have any hope at all that the ones that I put in there are going to be any good, considering what happened to the other ones that I put in there, because the queen in that blue box is a monster. So there you go. With all that said, I hope you liked this video, enjoyed my adventure. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, by all means, please comment. And I can't wait to read the comments on this one. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I try to drop a video every Friday at 3 o'clock, and we try to keep it light here and have fun. Today was not very fun, people. It was not very fun. I wanted it to be fun, had every intention of making it fun today, but it was no fun. Just one bad decision after another, bad judgment call, didn't know what to do, kind of got stumped on the blue hive. I'm still learning. With all that said, have a great day, be happy, and I'll see you next time. Next week's going to be better, I promise. See you later.